final round of the competition unfolded in the hallowed grounds of the Military Fighting Club, MFC, where elite fighters from across the primate civilization clashed for supremacy. All eyes were on the stage, where Kodo and Ruda stood as the last contenders, their faces etched with determination, their bodies poised for battle. Above them, Gorilla's three top martial arts masters watched intently, their discerning eyes ready to judge the ultimate showdown. A peculiar sight greeted the spectators as Kodo and Ruda stepped onto the stage. Both competitors clad in fighter outfits, devoid of the usual protective gear humans would wear, such as gloves, tooth protectors, or genital protectors. This stripped-down attire signaled a raw and primal battle, where every move, every strike, carried the weight of destiny. Locking eyes with his opponent, Kodo exuded a fierce determination to emerge victorious, his gaze unwavering as he prepared to face Ruda in combat. The siren blared, signaling the commencement of the fierce battle, and without hesitation, Kodo unleashed a flurry of strikes, his movements fluid and precise. Launching into action, Kodo executed a taekwondo front kick, aiming it directly at Ruda's face with lightning speed. Swiftly, he followed up with a devastating side kick to Ruda's stomach, each strike delivered with calculated precision, each blow intended to weaken his opponent's defenses. In stark contrast to their initial encounter, this match saw Kodo asserting complete control over the proceedings. Ruda, his resolve unbroken, struggled to evade the relentless onslaught, his movements becoming increasingly defensive as he sought to weather the storm of Kodo's attacks. As the battle raged on, the combatants exchanged blows with ferocious intensity, each strike echoing through the arena with the force of their determination. For nearly 2 minutes, Kodo maintained the upper hand, his relentless offensive pushing Ruda to the brink of exhaustion. However, Ruda, undeterred by the onslaught, summoned his remaining strength and executed a surprising knee strike at Kodo's face, catching him off guard and shifting the momentum of the battle. Suddenly, the tide turned, and the clash between the two warriors became more evenly matched. For over 20 minutes, the combatants engaged in a fierce struggle, their bodies battered and bruised, their spirits undimmed by the intensity of the battle. As the dust settled, Kodo landed a powerful hook punch to Ruda's left rib, while Ruda retaliated with a devastating kick to Kodo's head. The force of the kick sent Kodo reeling, but he managed to block it with his left hand, the impact sending shockwaves of pain coursing through his body. Blood spurted from Kodo's face, and Ruda grimaced in agony as he felt a searing pain in his abdomen. As the battle reached its climax, both fighters staggered, their movements growing sluggish with exhaustion. In a final exchange of blows, Ruda delivered a punishing punch to Kodo's face, prompting Kodo to retaliate with a straight punch to Ruda's stomach. The impact was deafening, and both combatants collapsed to the floor, the culmination of their fierce struggle. As the bell rang, signaling the end of the match, Kodo momentarily lost consciousness, his body racked with pain and fatigue. In the depths of his unconsciousness, he had a sudden vision of beautiful Dorika smiling at him, her presence a fleeting comfort in the midst of the chaos. Abruptly, Kodo snapped back to reality, the realization dawning upon him that the clash between him and Ruda remained inconclusive. With both fighters lying battered and bruised on the floor of the arena, the outcome of their battle hung in the balance, the echoes of their confrontation reverberating throughout the annals of primate history.